MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a comic book review on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Naruto issue number 1. So, for those of you guys who don't know this about me, I'm a very big fan of Naruto. I was basically with Naruto ever since it premiered here for its English dub on Cartoon Network. And I think the very first episode I ended up watching pretty much like halfway through when it was done, because TV back in the day, you had to kind of be there when it was actually premiering because, commercials and ads and shit. It was the episode where, after they had pretty much solidified that Kakashi was going to be their teacher after they had got through the first mission, technically with him, or you would kind of call that the whole like getting together with the teacher and you have to fight the teacher to get the bells. You guys know that mission they do in the series. So it was after that episode because Naruto was asking the third Hokage. He wants to go on like a really dangerous mission because he was tired of the boring household chore missions they were doing after Kakashi became their teacher, So it was that episode. I think that's episode 7 or 8 of season 1. And that was like halfway through. And for some reason, it gravitated to me. I don't know why. It's back when I used to watch anime, like when it first premiered for us in America, if it gravitated to me, I would stick with it. Like Dragon Ball and Inuyasha and Naruto and Bleach and like all that stuff, right? So after watching that episode, pretty much just when it was already halfway done, back in the day, a lot of you kids don't know this, you could technically binge something. It was just a lot different. So they would air reruns of shows throughout the week. And then on the weekends, typically for most stuff, like for most TV shows, you would get the new episodes on Saturdays and Sundays. So I was able to basically kind of rewatch the episodes I didn't see all in order. So the first episode, obviously, with him and Haruka, Mizuki telling me he's the nine-tailed fox demons, Jinchuriki, Second episode, obviously meeting Konohamaru, and the fourth episodes being the Sasuke, Sakura, them getting together. Obviously, we talked about it earlier, them making Kakashi their teacher to lead Squad 7, as they're called. And then I got back to the episode that I originally saw, and that led into, obviously, the Zabuza and Haku arc, which is called the Land of Waves arc. And yeah, I've been with Naruto literally forever. I mean, I bought manga volumes for it, back when they were dropping those. Because as you guys know, as a kid, I had a comic shop around me. We really just had the Shonen Jumps every single month. That was my comics every month. Getting a Shonen Jump book off a spinner rack or at a supermarket, and then buying the individual manga books at like a Walmart, or the Viz big editions. We had one of them for like Dragon Ball Z, at least the first volume. So yeah, I've been with Naruto forever. When Shippuden first dropped and you had the English subs, you had to watch it in parts because that's how you used to watch anime. You used to like type in the anime freaking you wanted to watch in a search bar, and it would come up like in parts, like 1 of 2. You couldn't watch a full episode back then. That's how fucking crazy that shit was. So man, I've been with this anime forever, honestly. And yeah, there will be a time where we're gonna review like a lot of the manga volumes from start to finish and everything. Not Boruto. I don't watch trash, but this is an anime where so many impactful moments, so many great characters. Yeah, it's got some low lows, and some of them are really, really stupid. I know you guys meme the whole talk no jutsu thing. I don't like it either, but it's just kind of a thing that characters just have forever, honestly. So with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that's a franchise where like I know about it. It's existed with me. I wouldn't say I'm the hugest fan of it, but I don't hate it. I think the very few TMNT things I've ever watched was that it was the series that came on Cartoon Network and 4Kids. Like Cartoon Network had the like uncensored version, and 4Kids had the more like censored version. It was the animated TMNT series from 2003, 2005. That one.
Oh, the hand-drawn one, right before they went to like CG. Yeah.
Where like Leonardo killed the Shredder, I think later on in like season 3 or whatever after that. And I watched the live action movies. I watched the Michael Bay Nickelodeon produced ones with Megan Fox.
Oh, those are terrible.
Those are so bad.
The original, like I think it was 1989 Ninja Turtle movie.
I never saw that. Yeah,
it is probably one of the best comic book movies that I've ever seen in my life. Like
Mhm.
I grew up a big Ninja Turtles fan. I was watching the cartoon, had the toys, because when I was growing up,
Mhm.
the anime hadn't hit big yet. That was more when I was in the army, and yeah, Turtles for me was I watched every episode of the old cartoon, and when I got old enough and found out about the comic books, I started buying them. And I was buying the Archie comic books off of spinner racks at the grocery
Yeah.
store. And
A,
yeah, it
a
was
lot, a lot of people think that IDW is the one that, basically had their publication license for the longest time. No, guys, IDW got it like way, way later. TMNT comics have been produced by a lot of different people, actually. As you guys know, the whole story of the main creators, it was an indie comic book. And then it just kind of hit it big later on. The thing that I've noticed recently with TMNT, because they had an animated movie that came out back in 2023 that Paramount did, a cartoonish one, another like
yeah,
animated one,
the
one produced
Seth
by Seth
Rogen one.
Rogen. Yeah, did you
Yeah,
like
the
that
Seth
one?
Rogen one. I thought it was good. I didn't like the animation style because it got really kind of
Ugly. It's really
really ugly
ugly.
at times,
Yeah.
but the story itself was a lot more entertaining than I would thought it would be. It was definitely a better movie than it looked.
Yeah.
I didn't like some of the designs. Some of the designs were really all over the place, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed the
What do
movie.
you think about that other 2008, 2011 animated TMNT movie that
I
everyone liked?
okay, the Nickelodeon TV show,
That
the CG one.
there, there was another animated movie, not the new Paramount one. There was one that came out back in
Oh
2008, 2011,
yeah,
that period.
that one's amazing. I love that
Okay.
one. I think that they should have done a sequel of that one. That one was really good, even though it
Hmm.
didn't have the Shredder, and it was essentially a true sequel to the original live action movie. So that was in that live action universe.
Hmm.
So that's why Splinter or Shredder wasn't there. And yeah, that movie was I think that was great. They should have kept going with that one. I'm a big fan of the Nickelodeon series too, the CG one. They did a really good
Mm.
job with that series. It kind of mirrored what IDW was doing in the comics, but the comics version was a bit more mature. But there was some
Yeah.
intercrossing storylines between the IDW series and then the Nickelodeon Nickelodeon one too.
Yeah.
Like the Leo turning working for Shredder was in both of them. And yeah, the I like the CG one, but the movie was really good. I thought that should have got a lot more love than it did.
For those of you guys who don't know about IDW having a TMNT license, I know they had Sophie Campbell, the lady in quotations, which is a dude named Bruce Campbell, I think, was doing the TMNT comic books. That person was on it for a little bit. They kicked that dude off. It's not a girl. It's a Looney Tune. And then they, at some point, because I'm not the hugest follower of TMNT comics. I'm just going off of stuff that I've heard throughout many of the years, right? They had that person on it for a while. That person tanked the sales. They kicked that person off. And they eventually did this whole relaunch of it, kind of. They had a mainline book, and then they brought Jason Aaron on to do a new recent ongoing series. I bought the issue 1 for it. I know there's The Last Ronin. I know that. I have that over there in my collection. People said that is one of the best Ninja Turtle stories ever because it involves the original creators coming back. And I know they did a sequel to that series called The Last Ronin, The Re-Evolution. I don't know if that's still an ongoing series or that was just a 5-issue mini series as a follow-up. But
no, they're still going on with it. There's a couple different graphic novels that have come out,
mm-hmm.
and they're not even doing floppies. They're just doing essentially like really thick or really thin graphic novels. Like their covers are real like that graphic novel kind of wax paper. And yeah, the Jason Aaron. I've read the first 5. Each of the first 4 was about where a different turtle was at, and then the 5 is them coming together. And so far, it's good stuff. Like Jason Aaron's he's doing a good job with it.
He's such a weird writer, though. He can either write you the best shit ever, or he writes some of the most weird. It's not that it's bad. He writes just weird things, and it's such odd creative decisions he does randomly. He's not a bad writer, but I think he's that guy where he is on so many projects, he cooks so hard, to the point where he doesn't really fully think out all of his ideas,
Yeah, I definitely agree on that one. His turtles are a lot more. It's a lot more closer to rated R too. The new ones, like it gets pretty like not graphic, but compared to what Archie was doing, which was more of just an extension of the cartoon, and then IDW stuff with Sophia Campbell. It was. It wasn't
Sophie.
hardcore, Sophie Campbell.
If I showed
But
you what that person looked like, you'd be like, "That's not a Sophie. That's a Bruce. That motherfucker got an Adam's apple." I'm just saying. And this person literally tanked that line. I remember the videos back in the day before I started doing comic book content. I remember Sophie Campbell tanks comic book sales. Guys, this is why I'm a little hesitant on the Supergirl #1 DC All-In book coming out. Looney Tune people like that person are so beyond narcissistic. They themselves, they just can't help it but insert themselves in stuff. They just can't help it. Like the other thing recently for TMNT that I know a lot of people were angry with me on Twitter about was the whole April O'Neil thing. So people don't know this. April O'Neil was not originally black nor another color either. The reason why the comics were in black and white back then. Remember that, right? Because of it was a printing mess up, like similar to like the Hulk back in the day for Marvel Comics. The reason why he was green is because they didn't have the right ink or whatever, right? Very similar to the creators of TMNT. She was not black. That was just because they didn't have enough color for the printer. And keep in mind, April O'Neil is based off of one of the guys' wives or fiancés or whatever. And she's not black. She's like Middle Eastern, which is a more caramel-ish lighter complexion tone. The way they're race swapping her is just so cringe. And a bunch of people who don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. It's like, no, she was always black. No, she wasn't. That's literally not true. It's literally factually untrue. I understand. Maybe you think like black people have been done some injustice in the world, which it's debatable. There's that person literally was not black. I know you're a Taurus when you talk some shit like that. She was black and white because they literally ran out of ink for the printer. Okay, but that doesn't mean she was white. I'm just saying she's not black. You guys were saying she was black. No, that's like on a massive technicality, you know?
Yeah.
But they did do a black April O'Neil here. And I'll just say this. I don't like the idea. I hate gender swaps. I hate race swaps. If you're going to do it, and there's little asterisks I have, at least make her look good. At least make her look hot. She looks,
yeah.
I'm not in the black girls, but she doesn't look ugly, I guess, from a black girl point of view.
Yeah, they like, she's designed like the character from the movie with Seth Rogen, but they aged her up and they made her a lot hotter. So
yeah, she looks way better here. That looks way better, honestly.
She looks like essentially just April O'Neil with black skin, pretty much.
Also, to bring up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Naruto, a crossover. This was announced back in 2024. I remember the first issue dropped in October. Currently, right now, when we're doing this review of #1, issue 2 just dropped. I don't know why there's been such massive delays between the issues so far. And when you guys eventually get this in a collected format, because they're going to put it all in a collected format, issues 1 through 4, it's going to be so much more easier just to read through it. But just know this was announced in 2024, dropped in like October, and the newest issue right now just dropped at like beginning of March. That's a pretty big gap of time right there.
They probably had a production delay. Someone along the line.
So someone would say it was Diamond Distributor kind of going away.
Oh, yeah, remember? That's right. Yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. That explains it then.
But like when they first announced this, I was hyped though. And people say, aren't the Naruto characters much stronger? That's kind of an understatement. They're way powerful by kind of like, it would be basically if Sasuke Aizen from Bleach walked into Naruto's universe, I'm hard pressed to say that he would probably beat the living shit out of every single person there, minus like 5. Like the Naruto characters, like literally Kakashi himself probably could one-shot all of them. But
for the comic, they went with like the youngest iteration of the character.
So I know which arc they're doing it. So if you noticed in the first page, Tsunade is the Hokage. So that would be after Naruto learned the Rasengan and when he fought Orochimaru and Kabuto, when he went to go the retrieval of the Lady Tsunade arc. Remember when they brought Tsunade to be the 5th Hokage after the 3rd Hokage died? So this is after retrieving. So this is after getting Lady Tsunade, and this is before the Sasuke retrieval arc. So Naruto has the Rasengan. He can weirdly tap into the 9 tails. He has the 1 tail. Sasuke knows the Chidori. So that's probably the best timeline for it to happen. Where they're not like, they're still pretty overpowered even at this point, but it's not so insurmountable, But man, the art is really good. I know people were kind of memeing on. People were memeing on the art inside the book. Guys, the art inside the book is fantastic. The artists were great, honestly. Like because this is written by Caleb Golener, and the artwork is done by Hendry Prasetya. So yeah, I would say the art's great. The covers, I originally was going to get the main cover, but I couldn't pass up on this cover. Look at that. How could I pass up on that? That's awesome.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then what's crazy is, I can tell this is an IDW book. The book's already over. You only need a preview page of the cover of issue number 2. And then the covers. These motherfuckers back this book up with like 4 extra pages. Did you notice that? 4 extra pages of just ads. Now, I'll say this, I agree. Ads should be in the very back of the book. They shouldn't be breaking your immersion of the story. I fully agree with that. But you don't need this many ads. First of all, it's too many extra pages because it's just trying to charge you extra. This was I think it was $6.99, honestly, when I first bought it. This was $4.99 for this cover. But I remember the higher covers, that's like, what, $10.99, $29.99 for the incentive variants and shit. You don't need this many. Come on, IDW. Really? The story's over. End it off literally right here. End it off right there on that page. I don't need all this extra shit. I flip through it because I just do that shit. 5, 6 extra pages for no reason whatsoever.
And look at, they did 12 variants.
The incentive variants went crazy for that first cover. My God.
IDW does so many Ninja Turtle variants. I think there was like 15 variants for the Turtles relaunch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the relaunch with Jason Aaron. Oh my God, they went crazy on the variants.
They did. Now, don't get me wrong; these variants are badass.
Oh no, great. Yeah, Jorge Jimenez did the main cover. That one looks very good. This one done by Hendry Prasetya. You have this one by Matt Lobes. Oh, there's a lot of good ones. The cover by
I have the Dan Duncan 40th anniversary one.
Oh, that one that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I like the main cover though, the one by Jorge Jimenez or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
I like that cover probably the best.
Man, I just cover B just spoke to me. The one I have right here. Oh my God,
that's a good cover too though. Yeah,
God, it sucks because this one's not going to be the cover for the trade. The trades usually have the covers for the main books to start the arcs off, which is the Jorge Jimenez one, unless the direct market cover is going to look different. But yeah, let's get right into it. So I would say, as a crossover for the first issue for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Naruto, this was actually pretty good. I thought it was good. It's fine. It didn't do anything really wrong. Nothing super offensive that I was like, oh, this is fucking trash. I thought it was just fine overall. And it was highly entertaining. I thought the dialogue for each set of characters kind of match who they are. Like the Leonardo Sasuke thing about revenge was kind of cool. Obviously, like Naruto kind of thinking he can take out 2 people with shadow clones. I think it was Raphael, because Raphael always overestimates people, thinking that Sakura can't do shit. Funny thing is, that's actually truthful, though. He isn't lying. Sakura, guys, Sakura, for that first arc of Naruto, the first part of Naruto before Shippuden, is actually just straight up a useless character. Actually just a steaming pile of shit. She actually did more work in that few panels that she was fighting him than probably anything she had ever did in the first part of Naruto. I'm serious. She's actually a shit character when Naruto first starts. She's a little better when Shippuden comes in. A little better. A grain of salt better. But no, she's absolute trash. I would say the writer of the book made Sakura not trash. So, hey, you got a little praise for that. And you also had April O'Neil, who was there. She did feel like she was, I know it's crazy. If you take out April O'Neil, I don't think the story changes all that much. She's just there on the mission because I think they have to escort her somewhere or something like that. But that's a typical Naruto thing, so I kind of get it. But I don't think she was the most interesting escort for the story, but I get it because she ties to the turtles, so I understand why it's there. But other than that, nothing else really I need to say that as my first personal thoughts. I thought it flowed really good. The dialogue was great. It was fun. The action was really cool. The backstory on the character of Stockman for what he wanted to do as far as mutating animals, fast-paced, 4 paragraph panels there, easily got it out of the way. Then they got straight back to the action. The art in this book is really good. Anyone saying art like that is bad, you're fucking high off your ass. That's, good Lord, you've not seen fucking Jarmita Jr. recently then. That's bad.
Yeah, but the artwork is really good. It was a very fast read. You know, there's not a lot happening. It's a good establishing story.
Yeah.
But there was not a lot of meat on the bones. It's essentially just setting everything up as what you want your number one to do.
Yeah.
And they did a good job with the fights. I like the Leonardo Sasuke fight.
So as we start off, we have the scroll being opened up to give you the information on the main characters. Obviously, this is, like I mentioned earlier, this is after they get Lady Tsunade to be the 5th Hokage. This is before the Sasuke retrieval arc. That's why Sasuke still is wearing the classic blue and the beige pants that he wears, and all the characters are still in their normal attire as well. So then Kakashi and April are talking. Naruto's picking up a turtle. It's like, okay, I know what you guys are doing there. The turtle is upside down. Naruto put it on. You know, Kakashi's like, turtles can handle themselves. And it's like, okay, guys, doing too much of the on the nose shit. I get it. Turtles are going to be in the book. I get it. Why do you do these things? And then, April said that Sasuke is not talking. Now, keep in mind what happened in Naruto after they got Tsunade back. Because before that arc, in that arc, when it was starting, remember what happened, which was Sasuke had met his older brother Itachi Uchiha, who, massacred his whole family. And he was very, very mad that he got kind of beaten the shit out of by his older brother. So, that's probably why he also wasn't talking, because this is literally after that arc, obviously. And then you get the whole backstory of Stockman or Stockrum, give you the name.
Stockman. Yeah, Stockman.
So basically, Stockman is obsessed with the potential military applications of biomutations, all made possible by his theoretical mutagenic compound that he would refer to as ooze. Stockman dreamed of creating innately powerful super soldiers possessing the fiercest traits of humans and animals. So he wanted to create and control monstrous mutant ninjas. So there you go. That's, I guess, going to be the main villain of this. The Shredder has to be involved. It's the Foot Clan. The Foot Clan's in the book. Yeah. The Shredder's not in issue 1. You guys are wondering, which is weird to have a cover with the Shredder there, even though he's not in issue 1 at all, which was okay. But I didn't expect him to be there for the first issue anyway, because
who's the big villain in Naruto at this time period? It's most likely
that's the Akatsuki. Remember? Well, it's Orochimaru, and at this point, not because Akatsuki's later on. It's Orochimaru. Would have to be, yeah.
Okay. So most likely Shredder will be teaming up with whoever the villain is at this time period. Yeah.
Yeah, because you have Orochimaru that Sasuke thinks of, and then after that, they get attacked by the Foot Clan, as you guys can see right there. And then the turtles appear. Well, this is the turtles, but I guess Naruto's team doesn't know that they're the turtles yet. So the turtles appear, and they get in formation to fight them. Then they start all branching off to fight each person. Sasuke fights Leonardo, and then Leonardo's talking about, "Hey, I smell some revenge on you." Obviously, it's a classic thing of both Leonardo and Sasuke. Sasuke wants revenge on Itachi, and Leonardo's taking revenge on certain characters throughout the TMNT history of the character. You had Raphael facing off against Sakura. Basically, Raphael underestimates Sakura because, to be honest, Sakura's a piece of shit. Sakura's trash. She's a horrible character. And she managed to scare him by punching the rocks, because that's the thing that her character does, where she can basically punch the actual surface of the ground and make it erupt in like earthquakes. And he's like, oh, shit, maybe I did underestimate her, And keep in mind, you should underestimate Sakura. She's trash. I'm sorry. And no one should respect that bitch. She's actually just a terrible character. And then Naruto gets to take on Donatello and Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Right? He's fighting them with shadow clones. Obviously, it's Naruto's signature thing is shadow clone jutsu. And then after that, Kakashi is slightly fighting. What's the rat's name? Fucking hell.
It's Splinter.
Master Splinter.
Yeah, Master Splinter.
Kakashi's not trying against Master Splinter, guys. Kakashi. Let's just say that he's probably holding back. And by holding back, probably holding back by a lot. So Sasuke continues to fight Leonardo. The art dynamic in this book is so good. The actual fight scenes were great. They were fun. They were entertaining. Oh my goodness. Like the dynamic of all the hits and the actual like jutsu they were using. It was good. It was a very good, entertaining fight from start to finish. But when Naruto's having his fight, the two turtles that fight Naruto, which is Donatello and Michelangelo, they noticed that Neji noticed this too when he fought him. Naruto would send in the clones to attack first, and then he would follow up with that, which they noticed in here. There's a lot of Naruto references to other past fights in this. And then Naruto reveals himself, the real one, against Michelangelo. And then he knocks him down. Donatello does that. And he's like, you told on yourself. He did, because he did the exact same thing. Because Naruto thought he whacked his head off. But no, it just, turtles can put their heads in their shells, you know? And then April is trying to film them fight. And then Master Splinter says, hold on, we're done. And then they start talking a little bit more after that. And then Kakashi pulls out Sharingan. He can see through their deception because Sharingan can see through people. They basically see through if someone's in disguise and see if someone's who they are. And then all the masks start slipping off when Kakashi uses the Sharingan to reveal who they are. Now, keep in mind, we as the reader know who they are.
Yeah.
Characters in the book do not, you know? But Master Splinter had some really, really cool dialogue saying we are but a humble family. And they're talking about taking down the Foot Clan. And then, yeah, it's over. Yeah, it's a very, very fast read where Kakashi is like, hey, it's been a long time, Master Splinter. What? Not gonna lie, that was one of the coldest lines for a crossover. It reminds me of when Rick, back in The Walking Dead season 4, at the end of it, he was like, man, they're fucking with the wrong people. That's still one of the best lines in the show. That was cool. Be like, hey, long time no see, Master Splinter. That's cool, you know? But he was talking about hidden meanings within hidden meanings. You may look different, but a shinobi knows how to see through deception. And this is all too real, however unexpected. Awesome. That's arguably the best part of the book is the end. Oh my God, that was so cool. Nice bit of dialogue, and nice bit of like, okay, let's see where this next issue is going to go. And then literally after that, it's over. It's literally just, you get the page right there, the cover for issue number 2. And it's just a bunch of covers. That's it. So yeah, the book, it went very fast. It went basically, about Stockman, his plans to do what he wants to do. You get the Foot Clan, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fight Squad 7, Kakashi fights Master Splinter, and then April's just there existing. That's pretty much it, Well, what about you, man? Did you enjoy it overall?
I did enjoy it overall. I'll buy big one on art, and I really did like the art in this one. I've actually been studying some of the panels, and the way they did the pacing was really good. And yeah, like they follow the IDW story, like the Fox chick that's with the foot. She eventually becomes an ally to them, like halfway through the IDW arc. So this is earlier in that arc. So you can almost place where both of them are at in the timeline. And yeah, it's all good book. It's worth the pickup, even if you wait to graphic novel. They got some really cool covers, and I would say definitely buy this book if you get a chance, especially if you like either one of these properties, because they do a good job with it.
Yeah, I feel like both sides were taken care of very well by the writer. The writer definitely knew and did his I don't know if he was watching Naruto as much as I was, or TMNT. He definitely knew how to balance out humor of both sides of the characters as well.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like the Naruto characters were overstepping. Didn't feel like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle characters were overstepping. Felt like we got a really good, nice, but like dose of each of them. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's between this and Absolute Wonder Woman #1 that might be my favorite floppy so far. This was, guys, I really enjoyed. This was really good. I really.
The one thing my one criticism is, where's my boy Rock Lee?
Oh no!
I want some Rock Lee.
Well, remember, he's because no, he doesn't get healed until after, like toward when they're fighting the Sound Ninja 5, the Sasuke retrieval arc. So at this point, he's still in the hospital. He's still remember, he's still broken up from Gaara, breaking him.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, that's messed up. Okay, well, we're not going to see a Rock Lee then.
Yeah, because
slightly what's going to happen is
as you asked that, what other characters are they going to use? Because I know they're utilizing obviously Squad 7, but are we going to see like maybe Neji? Are we going to see fucking Shikamaru? We should see Shikamaru. He's one of my favorite characters too. Seeing Shikamaru would be awesome. Like getting a few other characters would be pretty cool. Like maybe you might see my guy at a single point, because I like the main characters minus Sakura. She's a fucking horse shit. But I feel like if you fully want to make the crossover worth something more, you might want to tie in. I don't know if that's going to play out, but Orochimaru, Shredder teaming up will be pretty cool. That'd be awesome. I think that is on the horizon later on as it goes on. But that's pretty much all I can really criticize, because I feel like this was just a nice, really good setup issue to get both sides acquainted. You understand the motivations of the villain that may be the main villain later on, without obviously even blowing the first load of the Shredder either, because the Shredder's not in it. So they didn't blow that load either. The Foot Clan, they're introduced. A lot of setup, a lot of good action. Yeah. Definitely a favorite of mine this year. It was fun to read. Awesome.
I wonder if they're going to do one of those tropes where, like, they make some kind of, like, temporary mutagen and Naruto gets mutated or something along those lines.
Oh, God, that would be weird. Good God. Also another little thing here, though. I know the writer definitely did his research on Naruto. The Nine-Tailed Fox inside of it talked to him in a single panel. That was also a nice touch there, too. If people don't know, there's a strained relationship there for a very, very long time with Mr. Good old Kurama, actually. But yeah, man, your final closing thoughts about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Naruto, issue number 1?
Good book, worth picking up, either the floppy or the graphic novel. It's just a fun, well-drawn, good series that the writer obviously knows Turtles and Naruto, because they got the personalities right. He's got the timelines good. So, and he made a point, even in that first scroll or that first conversation, that if you're a Naruto fan, you're going to be like, okay, I know exactly where in the arc this is. So this guy has definitely read Naruto and watched Naruto and loves the Turtles. So yeah, good book. I give it an A+. I like it.
Yeah, this was great. Really highly enjoyed it. Action was good. Pacing was good. Dialogue was good. It was funny. It was fun. It was just a good time to read it. I won't say low expectations, but I was like, you know what? This might just be just some random bullshit. Because there's been so many crossovers recently. There's going to be fucking DC, Sonic, Godzilla, Marvel. There's this one, TMNT, Naruto. There's Masters of the Universe, TMNT. There's Batman. There was Batman and TMNT a while ago. There's been, guys, a lot of crossovers recently. Aliens versus Avengers, Predator versus whoever the fuck, Wolverine, Black Panther, Spider-Man coming up. We're just in the year of the crossovers right now. And hey, crossovers can be very fun. They can be very good as fan service, but if the person that's writing the actual crossover doesn't really know the products very well, it can not be good. It could be to that point where it's like, man, this is rough to get through. But no, this was very, very good. Very entertaining. Definitely gonna be one of my favorite floppies to put on my list this year. I'm gonna have to do a separate list. Oh my God, just for floppies and hardcovers, actually. But yeah, man, really enjoyed this. As a person who's watched both properties growing up and loves Naruto, it's got my stamp of approval. Banger, as I would say. Art, pretty good. Can't wait to review issue 2 very, very soon. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Deuces. Peace.